Creating a spiral. We spent some time and we made a coil. Now we're going to take that coil and turn it into a spiral. We have a check sheet that reminds us of what we're doing. We're going to make 2 of these coils, so make sure your check sheet is out next to you. First thing, I will make sure that my coil hasn't dried out, and I'm just going to run water down the whole length of it. I'm going to focus on the beginning point. I'm going to use a scoring tool, and I will do diagonal slashes. More water, diagonal slashes the other way, scores, and I'll go vertically. The goal is to kind of create slip right there on the piece. Yes, can we eventually use slip? Sure, but right now we're trying to get good with just water. I'm going to start to bend my coil. This must go slowly. One of the checks in the rubric is that there is no gaps in the center. I will always do a slight squeeze with my finger. Notice how I'm scoring the upper edge. So I'll do 1 roll. I'll go and rescore or score for a first time the remainder of my coil. Score one direction, water, score another direction. I'll do a full roll. When I hit a full roll, I'll score the top, add water, roll again. When those 2 points get close to one another, I actually give them a little pinch to make sure they're attached. The video is sped up, and I'm kind of working a little bit faster so that you don't have to sit and watch a whole thing. You will take your time, you will do enough scores, you will do enough water. I'm going to roll every time those scores line up. I give it a little extra pinch. The ending becomes even more important because we don't want it to unroll later. So several scores, enough water, extra scores. I'm going to really make sure that this last section attaches. Notice how I'm not pushing down the end. I'm making sure it stays like the coil, right? The end view of a coil. Now you'd let this dry for a little bit, and then you might come back and do some smoothing. So if you have crumbs, if you've got kind of slip in those grooves, you can use a tool. Don't redraw your lines in, you're just kind of smoothing out any crumbs or slip that's in there. Again, you would have waited till this dried a little bit. I'm doing it immediately because I have the video. Your test is to hold the end and give it a good shake. If it starts to fall apart, that says to you that ending wasn't quite attached well enough. So spend a little extra time right there at the end, not flattening it, to make sure that it is actually attached. Think wiggle, 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 like we used to do with our slabs. Right? I've got scores. I want those grooves to kind of get attached together. You would take time to make 2 of these. So your goal is to make 2. Make sure it fulfills all the requirements. Read those bullets. We are checking so that your spiral is circular, not ovular. No gaps. Proper attachment. Holds up to a shake. Don't see score marks. Coils have not been smushed or flattened. Tools have not been used to draw in harsh coil lines, and that the front and the back are both perfected and viewable. Remember, you need 2. Make sure that they're going to join up nicely, be the same thickness, and they have nice ends to attach. Now it's your turn. Create those coils and then turn them into spirals.